Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy, the Dean, www.themanmindset.com. Guys, make sure you check your boy out every Tuesday and Wednesday night live, where we're going to chop up some game. But today, we're on the tail end of Sucker Me season. And I think I need to talk to a lot of you young men out there, because a lot of you young men have no idea what you're doing when it comes to women and relationships. The reason why we call it Sucker Me season is because commercials do everything they can to try to make you feel like you're less than a man if you don't go out there and buy candy, flowers, cards, jewelry, taking her out to eat, getting her clothes, and all kinds of gifts. They make you feel like you're less than a man. For some of you guys, you feel like, you know what? If I go all out this way to buy all this stuff for her, I'm going to get some ass and everything. But we gotta have a serious powwow. We got to talk for a second. Because Valentine's Day is really a day to show how much game you have. Now, before I even say all of this, let me say this. There are women out there who deserve chocolates. There are women out there who deserve flowers, dinners, clothing, gift cards, jewelry. There are women out there who deserve that. Ladies out there who deserve that. Absolutely. Now, if your wife is giving you ass all the time, she's not. Remember, I got the 4 S's: submit, serve, sex, and shh. So if your wife is following those rules, then by all means, take her out for Valentine's Day and celebrate that day. But if you truly have a good woman, if you really have a ride and die woman with you, you know what she's going to tell you? I don't want anything on Valentine's Day. Their TV and media are not going to dictate when you're supposed to give me things. That's a woman you want to take out, because she's looking at the whole purposes of the team and not being selfish. Because Valentine's Day is the most selfish fucking holiday there is, and yet you cupcakes out there are running around like a bunch of chickens with your head cut off, trying to find the perfect gift for someone to give you something you should be getting anyway without trying at all. And that is ass. We'll talk about it in a second. But anyway, like I was saying, there are women who deserve that. Matter of fact, I would say really, if you really want to give somebody something for Valentine's Day to show your love and appreciation, other than a good wife who submits, serves, gives you sex, and shh, give it to your mother. Your mother deserves it. But if you are not even married and you're in a relationship, why on earth are you buying a woman a gift? And I want you to think about this for a second. Think about how many women you have bought Valentine, all the money that you spent in the previous years with women who you're not even with right now. Wasted money. Now, I know there's going to be guys out there that's going to say, I'm hating the holiday, I'm bitter, I'm mad. I'm trying to put you up on game, guys. Because I'm going to explain that a little bit later. But what I'm saying right now for a lot of you guys is this, is that you don't have to show your value and your worth to a woman by buying her a bunch of frivolous, silly shit. Where you guys, let me explain something to you. Do you really, honestly, and truly think you're the only guy getting her shit on that day? Let me tell you, guys, if you work in the office, you know what I mean. You know the hot secretary or the hot chick in the office. Isn't it odd how she's getting flowers, like her whole desk is saturated with flowers? What I'm saying to you guys out there, you think you're the only one? Do you really think you're the only one that's giving her gifts? buying her things and doing things for her? Absolutely not. Don't even think about it for 1 second. But yet here you are. You're going to get in trouble if you don't buy the perfect gift. You're going to be in the doghouse. Have you noticed every commercial and ad is all about buying her shit? Because if you want that nookie, really? So please help me understand this. See, why do you buy her something to get ass when ass should be part of the package? You shouldn't have to buy dinners for her. You shouldn't have to buy flowers. But and this gets to what I'm trying to tell you. See, Valentine's Day tells us men how you cookie cutters are a joke. You can always tell who's fucking, who knows how to fuck, and who is a man about his shit by watching what happens on Valentine's Day. See, as a man, when I meet a woman for the first time, I let them know from the jump. Christmas is for kids. I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I'm not going to have anybody tell me. And they're like, oh my God, you don't celebrate Valentine's Day? Nope, absolutely not. But the funny thing about it is, guys, see, when you're doing it right, when you know how to fuck and eat that pussy right, all year round, when you know how to stand for something as a man and live by your principles, laws, rules, and codes that we do teach on themanmindset.com. This is going to sound really strange to a lot of you guys, but I know some of you guys can understand what the fuck I'm about to say. And you know what's going to be funny? The guys who understand it, y'all going to chuckle. You'll be like, yeah, I know. But what I'm about to say to the majority of you guys is going to be so weird and so far-fetched, you might need Mulder and Scully to come in and look at this X-File. Let me explain. When you know which, excuse my voice, the football game, stressed. I just love I'm happy about the New England game, but my voice anyway. When you know what you're doing and you stand by principles and you have other women, see, the real men, the real pipe hitting motherfuckers that know what they doing for Valentine's Day, we're not taking a woman out on Valentine's Day. Why? Because our phone is ringing off the hook with women wanting to take us out on Valentine's Day, who want to cook a meal for us, who want to spend time with us, who don't care what we do as long as we spend time. See, when you're doing it correctly, women should fight for your time because they want to spend it with you. But when you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in the bedroom or whatever it is, or y'all are fucked up ass relationships, you guys tend to have to compensate and balance shit out by doing what? Valentine's Day gifts, flowers, candies, cards, jewelry. And I keep telling you guys, all you have to do is when you go over her house, it's either going to be, well, since you're there, she might have taken it down. It's either going to be on the back of her wall, in her drawer, or in some book somewhere close by. And what it is, it's a wilted flower. And she's cherishing that. And you're probably wondering why. You know why? Because an asshole like me said, I'm not buying you shit. I'm not doing shit for you. But here's a flower. And they cherish it. See, guys, when you have game, you don't have to do those things that society is telling you what to do. I have told you the simple rules of the man mindset. Follow the rule of the land. Don't kill no one. You're going to jail. Follow the rule of the street. You pass a red light, a cop catches you, he's pulling you over. Follow the rule of your job. If you don't, you're going to get fired. But outside of that, as a man, you create everything, guys. And when I say you create, you don't have to play by the rules of this matrix. You don't have to buy her candy. You don't have to buy her flowers because, and I know this sounds crazy, but trust me, A lot of brothers right now are laughing right now because they understand what I'm saying. When you get ass and you have women, these women are fighting for your time. You don't have to take a woman out to eat to show your value and worth to her. You don't have to buy her flowers. And I know some of you little cake ass motherfuckers saying, well, Steve, it's just a gesture. Fuck that. How many other gestures have you done in the past and you've wasted your money on? How many flowers and chocolates and cards and jewelry have you got the woman before and the one before that? But right now, she's probably on somebody right now. And you like, well, I bought her flowers. I got her chocolate. Come on, dog. Wake up. If you got, matter of fact, guys, what's today? Today is the 6th. Starting Tuesday, February 7th, it's about to kick off. If y'all missed last week's show, y'all need to listen to it or listen this week. Because if you're a single man, this is the Super Bowl of all Super Bowls where the lonely, needy, desperate ass women are going to be more aggressive this whole week than any other week in the year. They will be at the single events begging and doing everything they can to be a Valentine. So if you have enough game, you should be pulling women left and right. But we'll talk about that on my Wednesday show. All I'm saying to you guys is this. Valentine's Day shows guys like me why you guys have to do the silly shit you are doing. Because you feel like you got to compensate for the lack of sex, eating pussy, or being a man. I don't know what it is. One of the three, if all three. That's what your problem is. Now, again, I talked about it on my show, and I'll be nice and do this shit real quick. Now, for you motherfuckers, I'm going to throw some game on you if you got a good woman. I'm saying you got a good woman that submits, serves, sex, and she works out, stays fit, stays sexy for you. I'm going to give you some quick game before I go. Now, I'm saying this now. If you cupcakes use this shit for someone who doesn't deserve it, then that's on you. But I'm talking about a woman who deserves it. What you want to do right now, guys, you got, 8 more days left. Go ahead and get the restaurant together, okay? Once you get the restaurant together, you make sure you let them know that I'm going to be up there on Valentine's Day, sometime at lunchtime. Take a lunch break or something. Go get the items. Get a teddy bear, flowers, or balloons, or something like that. I just go teddy bear, flower, balloons, something like that. And what you want to do is go to the restaurant, give it to the maitre d' or look for the manager and say, look, I need you to hold this. So my waiter, when I ask for dessert, I want him to bring one item out every 5 minutes. Because most women get all their Valentine's Day stuff early in the day, and the dinner is just a dinner. So you want to separate yourself from everybody else. You want to be cool, calm, and collective. And what it's going to do is going to make all the women envious of you. It's going to make all the guys look bad. And it's going to make you look like the motherfucking man in your woman's eyes. But again, that's just a little game I'm throwing at to guys who need to do shit for women. But let me tell you something, guys. If you were buying chocolates and flowers and cards and jewelry and clothing and all that stuff for some pussy, then you are weak. You are sorry. If you are doing all this stuff for your girl on Valentine's Day just to get your stuff wet, you have no game. And believe me, you're not the only one she's getting gifts from. When you have game and you know what you are and who you are as a man, you don't have to do all this stuff. But unfortunately, a lot of you cakes out there feel like you need to pander and beg for something you should be getting for free because you are a man about your shit. You don't have to buy cards and jewelry and stuff to get some ass. What part of the game is that? When did that happen? When did we come to a point where you got to buy her something to get something that she should be giving you on the regular? Submit, serve, sex. You should be getting that on the regular. But again, when you a man about your shit at the end of the day, women are going to want to take you out. Women are going to want to spend time with you. Women are going to buy you gifts. Matter of fact, if you don't believe me, this weekend, I want you to go to the mall. And as you're going to the mall, go by the Victoria's Secret place and look at all the women in there getting their nice little negligees together. Because most of those women are doing it because they're going to cook their man a meal, or they're going to take him out to show how much they appreciate him. And then they're going to give him all that thing later on that night. And he doesn't have to spend a nickel. All he has to do is show up. But you guys ain't showing up. You ain't showing out. And this is why this day is made for weak ass bitches and not men. Wake the fuck up. Man the fuck up. Hey, I challenge you guys to tell your woman, you know what? We ain't doing nothing for Valentine's Day. I bet you won't do that shit. I bet you won't do that shit. You know why? Because she knows you ain't man enough to do it. Because she knows that she's got the pussy hanging over your motherfucking head. Wake up, guys. Man the fuck up. And don't let these women run you. Don't let the society run you. Anyway, man, that's going to be the end of this show. But definitely not the end of our discussion. If you have any questions and you want to know how to get out of this, hit me up. Remember, guys, on my website, I show you how to kiss, fuck, eat pussy, how to make out, which you guys don't know how to do. I show you how to do all that. So if you want to get your game together before Valentine's Day, where you eating that pussy correctly and fucking correctly, go to themanmindset.com, go into our store and look at the products, listen to the testimonials of the lives that we have changed. So if you're really ready to throw that shit down correctly so you don't have to do this shit next year, jump on to themanmindset.com, man. I will holler at you motherfuckers later, man. Guys, Wednesday night show. Make sure y'all call in. Tell me where you at. We're going to find those single events because the hunt is on. It is time to get that ass.